works in that office that we pay for, that we call Prime Minister, I won't refer to him by name. I don't believe he deserves the respect because he does not respect any of us.
Right.
So when I refer to him, I will refer to him as Little Potato. Thank you to the Chinese. I'll tell you what really, the day where I woke up angry is the day when I woke up and I heard he saying openly that Canada is a post-nation state. What? And that's coming from the leader of our country. Calling my country a post-nation state? We have veterans. We have veterans in our families that gave everything, sacrificed all for our sovereignty, for our nation, for our freedom and our liberty. Nobody, including our Prime Minister, is going to give that away.
That's right! It's our Canada!
But we have to understand why he did that. It wasn't just some flippant remark. That was a message to his UN puppet masters. That's what that was. Now our successive governments, they have, since 1972, sold us out to the UN.
Look at this, people. There's a paved, the whole paved entrance to the Parliament, and they've got us stuck in a snowbank. Okay, all snow. They just, if you can see here, they had to. That was after we had to carry the lady in the wheelchair in. A few fellas carried her in. Then they came out with shovels. Look at how ridiculous this is. They say, oh, because the Antifa threat. Bullshit. Bullshit. He stuck us in a snow bank.
Tell us that our emissions, our contribution globally is 1.6%. But that's before they count all the trees in our country, which is 318 billion, give or take a few million. We are a carbon sink in Canada. This scam,
see the truck there? Canadians need pipelines and good paying jobs. Build the pipeline. There's a whole, they've shut the whole street down here, which is great. We should stay until the first shovel is dug in and we're building that pipeline. Just camp out, herding us like cattle. Look at, just ridiculous, in a snowbank.
On a global level.
The stage was supposed to be set up here. They wouldn't even allow them to get coffee out for people. It's a cold day.
And we wouldn't have a migrant crisis.
Cold, frigid weather, warm hearts. God bless everybody that's here, everybody that's online.
When I talk about migrants, I want to make it very clear. This vest does not represent racism.
Right! Right! Exactly!
This vest does not represent violence.
No!
This vest represents freedom.
Yes!
This vest
Woo!
represents sovereignty.
Right!
This vest represents unity.
Yes!
We are a country of immigrants. We built this great country of immigrants. We want more immigration. We need more immigration.
Vetted immigration!
We need to determine these policies in Canada for Canadians. Not some policy developed by an international body that has zero interest in Canada's best interest. In fact, they want us divided, as they've been dividing us for years.
Yep.
They've been dividing us by provinces. They've been dividing us by regions. They've been dividing us by issues. What I saw on this convoy from Saskatoon, where I joined in Regina, what I saw was unbelievable.
Woo!
The expectation I had was nothing in comparison to the reality of what happened. I've seen thousands upon thousands of people sitting in my truck through my live feed, crying together while we're in the convoy talking to each other. It's a about unity. But I want to say this, because I joined this convoy because it was developed and supported by the energy industry and the people that work hard in Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That industry is under attack. There's a reason why it's under attack, and people are losing their livelihoods, they're losing their homes, they're losing their families.
Trudeau doesn't care.
It's crushing to the industry, an industry that Saskatchewan and Alberta depend on. Not only do we depend on it, the rest of the country depends on it. We need to fix what the problem is and go for the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the Sustainable Development Agenda and the policies created by UN and global governance. You cut that head of the snake off, we get our country back.
Yes, that's right!
Including pipelines built.
Yes!
Including dumping the carbon tax.
Yes!
Including getting rid of the migrant pact and rule decide.
Yeah! To hell with the UN! To hell with the UN!
I have one more little bit here I want to say. I know I get carried away and I get rambling, but boy, am I passionate. Boy, is my patriotism burning. It's blowing up in my body, what this convoy has done. We need the rest of Canada to blow up.
Yes!
In love and in unity.
And in outrage.
So, this message is to the rest of Canada.
Running.
We
getting
love you.
stuff.
Well, you could say,
But
you
I
have
want to
time
say
to
this
say
loud
hi,
and
sister.
clear.
Yes, hi.
You may see a yellow
Hi.
vest rally and you may avoid it.
Good word.
You may laugh when the media makes fun and shames the yellow vest. You may dismiss the yellow vest as not to be, so you're not lumped in with the narrative and the labeling. You may be scared to support the yellow vest for fear of repudiation. But know this. If you love your country, you are a yellow vest.
Yes! Woohoo!
If you cherish your freedom, you are a yellow vest.
Yes!
If you want
Defiance.
to maintain, and protect your nation's sovereignty, you are a yellow vest.
Right!
If you believe our Canadian culture of freedom, liberty, equality, respect, responsibility, and tolerance is real and worth protecting,
Look at this.
you are a yellow vest.
Yes! Go Yellow Vest! Go
If you're
Team
tired and
Canada!
frustrated at establishment governments abusing you and your hard-earned tax dollars,
A Yellow Vest!
very good. If you've had enough of our media and our politicians
Yeah.
and our special interest groups dividing us, you are a yellow.
Woo!
And
Yeah.
I know you good folks right here running the cameras. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about your co-workers, your colleagues. I'm talking about your bosses.
They're going broke.
Now listen, if you support our energy industry, if you support pipelines, if you support farmers and ranchers,
Look at
you
this.
support our industry
Us in the
and our
snow.
economy,
We got a paved
then
pavement here, patio stones, and we're in
well,
the
next
snow.
time you hear someone in the media
Trudeau did that.
or some politician degrading a yellow vest, they're degrading you.
Right. Boo!
When you see
Yeah.
a news report that claims the yellow vest is racist, all racist.
The media's racist.
There are many reasons for donning a vest and joining the movement. But for those who ignore those reasons and excuses, don a yellow vest, voice their concerns loudly and proudly. Stand up to the shaming, the labeling. They're doing it for you and your children and your grandchildren. They're doing it in spite of the hate. They're doing it in spite of the labeling. They're doing it in spite of the shaming. These fellow Canadians are doing it for the love of their country and their love of our freedom. We are patriots.
Yes!
So on behalf of all and every Canadian patriot at this rally and across the beautiful, united and free country, I'm standing here to represent We want you all to commit to dumping the carbon tax.
Right.
Get the pipelines built. Treat our energy industry along with all hardworking Canadians with respect.
Yeah.
Denounce and reject the migrant pact in its entirety and give us our sovereignty back. Reject and denounce the Sustainable Development Agenda and back away from all agendas attached to it.
Yes.
And finally, withdraw from the UNSDA.
Yeah. And dump Trudeau.
Power of the people is stronger than the people in power.
Right. Woo!
Long
Yes.
live Canada and her citizens. Enjoy your very first Patriots Day.
Woo! Yes.
I have
Well
one
done.
minute to my speech. I want to invite a good friend of mine. I spent the trip coming up with him. Ivan, come on up here. Ivan happens to be an immigrant.
Hello,
Now,
Ivan.
I've been called a xenophobe more times than I can count because of this yellow vest.
Whatever.
Well, I'm going to let everybody know that calls me that. and
More
has in the
slander.
past. Two things.
You showed up early.
Two things. My wife of 10 years is an immigrant. She's not a Canadian citizen because the system doesn't allow her to be.
Ah.
It took her
Joke.
4 years just to get coverage for health care. My wife is an immigrant. I love her to death. My good friend Ivan, secondly, is also an immigrant. He's been with us for 12 years. Give a big shout out to Ivan.
Woo! Hello, Ivan.
Ivan is, as of 2 years ago, a Canadian citizen and a patriot.
That's right. Who loves freedom.
Ivan's sick, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Ivan.
Hello, fellow patriot. So nice to hear you.
Came to this country 12 years ago, and after 3 days of the week, I decided I'm going to live here and make this my home. I decided to stay here. I got married here, got kids here, and there's nothing that I love more than life here in this country. Saving this house is a little less crazy. That's nothing. I'm an immigrant myself.
This vetted immigrant is speaking. Actually, I should try to do this way. Let me see. Oh dear. How do I do a flip? I think that'll do it. I'm trying to switch this over. Okay, here I am. Okay, so to give you guys an update, this whole strip in front of the Parliament shut down. It was beautiful this morning. They were out at 10 o'clock, tooting their horns, guys with microphones talking up and down along the road here. And lo and behold, I did a little speech at the front there, and told them about how we've got inalienable God-given rights. And the woman that was that went to one of the town halls or the clown halls with Trudeau it was a while ago, about a year ago, when she spoke out and she said, "I've got no money in that." She stood. You'll see her on the videos. I'm sure they'll circulate online. And she led us with Amazing Grace, and we all sang Amazing Grace, and we had a moment of silence. And you know, when that after she sang the Amazing Grace, and we had the moment of silence, the bells went off. Like immediately, the bells went off at the Parliament. So it was God's timing is perfect. So we're here, we're complaining because this is ridiculous. They've put us in a snowbank. Now we'll tough it out, but it's not the point. This is our Parliament. This is a Parliament we pay for, and we're put in a snowbank. And as you can see, this whole area is all cleared. I'll show you in a second, but we could stand here, be warm. No, they threw us in the snowbank. So that's just another sign of the times, and what Trudeau thinks about us. We know who should be in the snowbank, upside down, as a matter of fact. And I want to reiterate something. You know, this racist bullshit. I'm a Christian. My God is not racist. It would be a very sinful thing for me to do, to be racist. Every race has a place in this world. And I say that it's an acronym. It's the first letter of every word. That is an acronym for racist. Rational, adult, condemning, idiotic, socialist, tyranny. If that's what you're calling us, then that's exactly what we are. We are rational adults, and we are standing strong for our God-given, inalienable rights. Okay, so I'm going to flip you guys back to the ongoings here. And God bless Canada. Tremendous effort here. This is the beginning. Cold weather, but glowing warm hearts. Okay, now I gotta flip it. There we go. Woohoo! I impressed myself. See, you can see it's all paved here. Look at it's all paved, and we're in a snowbank. Sir, can you just give me a little bit of backdrop? You organized this, so you wanted to be on this place
right
where
here.
it was,
Our stage was originally set up here.
Right, where it's all nice and clean and warm.
We had a skirt.
Yeah.
We had a backdrop.
Right.
We couldn't do any of that.
You had it all perfectly laid out.
Yeah, we had it perfect. I've been here 5 times scouting this location out.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Kachuk.
Okay, so there you hear it. All this paved area, they had to bring a lady in on a wheelchair. 6 guys had to carry her. And then they came out with the shovels. They came out with the shovels, like just an absolute freaking joke.
The keyboard warriors all called us racist, bigots, and any other names they could think of as we made our way across this great country. The protesters tried to stop us just outside of Winnipeg, but our little peaceful convoy made it.
Woo! Together we rise!
As I said earlier, my name is Jason LeBlanc, and I'm here today as a 4th-generation farmer. And I'm standing here united with agricultural producers across Canada who wish to secure the future of our children and our grandchildren that is affordable and sustainable. There is a common misconception that those of us in the agricultural industry are uneducated. We are not. In order to be successful in the industry, we must possess management skills, marketing skills, and development traits that are closely related to those of veterinarians, crop scientists, agronomists, economists, meteorologists, climate scientists, and tradespeople. In fact, more than ever, we are highly educated, skilled farmers, and I am proud to be part of that collective.
Just hold it because it's like that. Okay, thanks.
I am here to let all of Canada and Prime Minister Trudeau know that farm families and those who work in the oil industry are human. We work just as hard as anyone else. We pay taxes, we contribute to our communities, and we know what it takes to make the world go round. The contribution that agriculture and oil make to the overall well-being of Canada are immeasurable, and they create many benefits to other sectors, including energy, service, food, hospitality, construction, health, education, manufacturing, safety, distribution, and trucking, trades, everything, all included. I am proud of the relationship that coexists between agriculture and the oil industry. Farmers work together with the oil industries to allow access to the land for the purpose of drilling the wells. Once the oil is refined into usable fuel, the ag producers purchase it and use it to create sustainable food supply for our country of Canada.
Yes! The salt of the earth! Woohoo! God bless our farmers.
Thank you, guys.
And our oil workers.
Support here today, and I appreciate it. Agriculture does not exist without oil, and oil cannot be refined without agricultural land to drill on. My hometown of Estevan, Saskatchewan, we are known as the Energy City. We are proud of that claim. We are proud of our city. But Prime Minister Trudeau's policies have put a profound impact on our community. The state of uncertainty has clouded investment, killed jobs, eroded community support for programs, made it difficult for business to obtain and retain qualified employees, decreased property values, and turned people's dreams and hopes of an amazing life into a nightmare. Day after day, our industry continues
Stand up where I was.
I know, that's what I wanted to
and their ridiculous notion that budgets will balance themselves. Bill C-69 and C-48, if passed, these bills will hinder the ability to extract Canada's resources from Canadian land through our highly regulated industries to meet the high demand and the ability to compete on a global stage. Our inability to do so to get these resources to market will ultimately reduce the national revenue, impacting all areas of Canada, from healthcare to infrastructure to equalization payments. Caught in the crosshairs of these detrimental bills will be the agriculture industry, which will face increased operating costs, taxes, and regulations, which will then see the unfortunate loss of farmers, and the rising cost will be passed across to all Canadians, rural and urban. The climate change, after going through more name changes than a government department, climate change continues to be the main force behind these bills of economic destruction. I am not a climate change skeptic or a denier. I strongly believe that the climate change goes in cycles and will continue to do so. However, I am a man-made climate change doomsday denier. All too often we hear the comment from the politicians and the media stating that 97% of scientists agree that climate change is real. Yet they do not explain what it means. Alex Epstein from Prager University states that when we hear this quote, we need to ask two questions. What do the scientists agree on, and how do they prove it? He also states that we should be more scared of losing the proven benefits of fossil fuels because they are cheap, plentiful, and reliable, more so than unproven negative climate change accusations that they supposedly create. Let's not forget Al Gore. Al Gore and his global predictions. If those models had been true, I wouldn't be standing here bundled up in a winter parka, toque, mitts, and a Saskatchewan bunny hug. I would be standing up here in front of you in my flip-flops and shorts while reading this speech. He utilized fear to make sure that he capitalized on this issue. And he got rich doing it. Will Happer, a physicist and professor at Columbia and Princeton University, states, and I quote, "Aside from the human brain, the climate is the most complex thing on the planet. The number of factors that influence the climate, the sun, the Earth's orbital properties, oceans, cloud, and yes, industrial man, is huge and enormously variable." And that's the end quote. What this means is that computers cannot accurately predict climate change because there are too many equations involved to do so accurately. He gives the example that Hurricane Irma's path in 2017, which could not be predicted accurately 2 days ahead of real-time data being collected, which begs the question, how can we predict climate change decades from now? Happer also states that water, H2O, has a greater effect on the heating and cooling of the atmosphere than CO2. Moreover, the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change published in their third assessment report, and I quote, "In climate research and modeling, we should recognize that we are dealing with a coupled non-linear chaotic system, and therefore that the long prediction of future climate states is not possible." End quote from the United Nations. Citizens who believe in the idea of man-made climate change are quick to refute points with the first Google results that they find to support their argument. They do not take the time to research the entire issue and respond with independent thought that would support their facts. As farmers, our livelihood depends on being good stewards of the land that we love. We need to know weather patterns, plant disease, soil quality, and potential for drought and food and a flood, as our budgets depend on it. It is through this knowledge that we can all continue to provide food for Canada successfully and safely. The ag industry has been well ahead of this game in environmental issues. We as farmers, we have embraced zero-till, crop rotations, cover crops, GPS technologies, auto-steer, irrigation, precise farming, shelter belts, pest control, the list goes on. We have paid dearly for forced technological advancements in equipment to satisfy government regulations. Where is the credit for this? Exactly. Our agriculture industry has been successful through these practices and have reduced carbon from the atmosphere. To the surprise of many, we have found useful ways to use CO2 in other industries. When will Mr. Trudeau and Ms. McKenna take note of these accomplishments and acknowledge that Canada is not the issue in climate change? If one truly believes that global CO2 emissions are the problem, then what really matters is results achieved by the
we're going to go back up here.
Excuse me. Then what really matters is the results achieved by the top emitting countries like China and the U.S.
Yeah, whatever.
Ultimately, we all know that after taking the simple science class,
Where'd you come from? BC?
hi guys,
I'm from Alberta. Yeah,
life does not exist if it were not for CO2.
Okay.
Remember that, Trudeau.
Turn around.
Greenhouses will pump CO2 into the greenhouse.
This is Nikki Hurley. He's been filming also. Woohoo! Help and organize. Love it. Good job.
I gotta get a picture of your hat.
Created through negative rhetoric.
Okay, my battery's going to be going here,
Making way for the acceptance
unfortunately.
of a liberal ideology.
And
Even though Canada is responsible
want to get a couple of pictures, but I'm sure there'll be lots more online. But it's a really blessed day out here. And keep the faith, people. Together we rise.
The agricultural, oil, and gas industries. The future of Western Canada.
Love
and
yous
more
all.
importantly,
God
the
bless.
entire Canadian economy.
Stay strong. Stay warm today. Okay, I'm trying to find it. It's hard to see.
It is a tax on all Canadians, and we will pay dearly. We will pay dearly for it due to the out-of-control spending by the Trudeau government and the belief that budgets will balance themselves.
He's stealing our money.
The cost of living will increase dramatically. This tax will be applied to almost every product.
Sorry, I just want to let you know because my battery's going to die. So sorry.
My local municipality fuel expenses will increase, so that means that I will pay higher taxes. My local leisure center heating bills increase, means I will pay higher taxes. My local grocer, hardware, clothing store, transportation expenses, everything you can think of in your community will increase, and it will make me pay more taxes.
Okay.
My local farm dealership manufacturers expenses will increase, causing me to pay more taxes. Your guys, my local health care and education services will cost more to provide, so that means we will pay higher taxes. The list goes on and on and on. Many questions are being raised based on Justin Trudeau's claim that this is a revenue-neutral tax. How will the government rebate?
Okay, so I'm going to walk down to the road quick here, just so you can see the trucks all lined up. The trucks that traveled coast to coast.
We know that our country cannot afford the maximum price it needs to charge in order to hit the Paris Agreement targets. So why are we doing this?
I forgot my battery charger. I left in haste yesterday and forgot my backup pack. Is this the Antifa nonsense? Saw a few of them with signs, but they seem much more subdued these days. I really haven't seen any action. Oh, there's one person with the sign. Oh, there's more of them. Okay, here we're getting down into some stuff here. There's some action down here with the Antifa. Lisa, I'm live. Hello, sister. Hello, Angel. Oh, beautiful girl. It's cold, eh? Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm filming myself, and my poor audience has to bear with me. I'm so technologically. Look at there she is. That's what it's all about. That's who we're doing it for. Yep. Right there. That little sweetheart and her kindred. Okay, I'm going to be right back, hon. Okay. Are you going? Just go stand on the steps, Lisa, up at the top, and I'll see you there, okay? Okay, Pink. Okay, so now I'm going down here, and this is the Antifa counter retard protest. Okay. There they are. Okay, Lisa, the phone died, so... Ooh.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh. Good, 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 good. Is this Harold?
No, I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave. Shake a paw.
Shake a paw? That's Lynn. That's the lady that you were talking to.
Hello, yeah, we talked on the phone.
Out here in yellow vests. You guys are the reason why we're doing this. Absolutely.
I love a big hug. Thank you. You give good hugs. I'm trying to get this. You know when the zipper separates and it's loose?
Yeah. It's like a pain in the ass, eh? Hold on, Lil. Hold this up for money for a sec.
I don't know if it's so it's like it's on its way out, I guess. Minus 30, we gotta.
And you got a bunk zipper.
Yeah.
What the F is that? Lily, stop screaming.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Oh, it's so nice. You're done.
Oh.
Lily,